everybody. Welcome back to another day, another week, another episode of the Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30NSG. And on today's show, I'm all discombobulated, so we kind of just grabbed some stories, threw them out there. We got free game streaming. Xbox confirms ad-supported cloud gaming experiment. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the multi-billion-dollar 15-hour AWS outage that brought the internet to its knees last week. We talked about that, and you guys let me know that it was AWS. So we'll talk about that as well. We're going to talk about Xbox's biggest competition isn't another console, but TikTok and movies, claims executive Matt Booty explains multi-platform push. So we'll talk about that as well. And then if we have time, we'll watch Laura Fryer has a video. It's about a 7-minute video called Trick to Fix the UX. So all that and on today's show. If you guys like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Oh, I guess we could talk about you guys were talking about it already in chat, the campaign evolved or whatever for the Halo that's coming out on the Unreal Engine early 2026 on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So I guess we could talk about that a little bit. What's going on, chat? Good morning, Big Mad Mo. Jason Roick, what's going on? Sarge, good morning. Who am I missing? Roick's already there. Sarge, El Nini, good morning. Water Bear, good morning. Wonder Rose, good morning. Mr. Luke, good afternoon. How's everyone doing? Hope you guys had a good weekend. We had a massive storm come in late last night. It was like, I want to say it was like 11 o'clock at night last night. Storm came in, and you could tell, like, it was nasty. Well, this morning, we had a road wash out over by my son's school. So that was an adventure because we didn't know it was washed out until we were driving to school. And everybody, because it's like a one-lane road each way, we had to go. It takes like a 5-minute trip to a school. But because the road got washed out, like, we had to go way out west, and then come all the way back. It took me 27 minutes to get him to school, and then it took me another 32 minutes to get home, just to go 2 miles. So that's how crazy the traffic was this morning. So what's going on, Eclipse? 30 of those facial expressions never get old. Well, I appreciate that. That's what my wife says, too. Waterbear says, oh, yeah. You guys ready for pop-ups during the Soul-like boss battles, making them more Souls-like? I don't know if that's in reference to, Water. What are you talking about there? It always rains on Halloween over here anyway. So, good morning, Titan. Titan says, winter is coming. We actually had our first like temperature drop in Florida. Like it was like Friday when they built our shed. Our shed looks beautiful. Our shed is beautiful. We've been waiting so long to get a brand new shed. We had a dilapidated shed on our property. There was like animals living in it, and it was here when we got the place. It was just it was a shit shed. Okay. We put stuff in it, but it was like collapsing on itself. The foundation and everything was gone. We got a brand new shed. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Super excited. My wife has never seen me excited before. I was like, we got a goddamn shed. So, first world things, but it is what it is. What else is going on? We got Arc Raiders coming out later this week. Mr. Luke says, is that Arc Raiders Day yet? Nope, it's not. I probably won't pick it up until this time next week, right? On Monday. It comes out, Thursday? I don't know. We'll see. It's just I'm busy this weekend. I don't really have a lot of time, but maybe I'll pick it up. Maybe I'll pick it up on Friday night, Saturday. No, I can't do Saturday. Saturday night, maybe. So I got family coming in this weekend, so it's probably not going to happen. But I will be watching. Arc Raiders, then Black Ops 7 Black Ops. Yeah, Black Ops 7. Do you guys see what's happening with Battlefield? People are Okay, so yesterday, let me actually bring my... This is not even part of the show. It just got in my head. Okay, so yesterday, I posted... There's a bunch of people making videos, tweets, a whole bunch of stuff, right? So they're talking about Battlefield, and I look at it from a completely different point of view. Okay, so in a Discord, in a post, I said I love it. So I started seeing videos and posts of the whole Battlefield 6 is removing COD content from Portal, right? And most people are pissed off at Activision because they have one person showing an email that EA sent them, and it says the intellectual property from Activision. Okay, now Activision has never tried to shut down on Minecraft and Roadblocks and Fortnite and everything else that they've any place that ever could create their own maps and do stuff. Call of Duty has never tried to stop, or I should say Activision Blizzard has never tried to stop anybody or sent a cease and desist to not put content on EA, like on that platform, right? But for some reason, EA is sending out stuff, right? Because one, they lowered XP. They lowered XP for the bot farms that were happening, okay? And I thought it was very strange. So a lot of people are like, F Activision. And I'm not on Activision's side. I'm not on Battlefield's side. But the way I look at it, the way I look at it is Activision has never struck down anybody because they made, what was that, crate, whatever. I forgot the hell that shipping container, like, right? Shipping a map on someone else's game. But for some reason, EA has sent out an email to people or a person because he made the shipment container, okay? And they say in the thing, it says the intellectual property, it says Activision Inc., right? Which is the publisher, which I get, okay? But it doesn't say Activision, not Activision Blizzard Inc. It just says Activision Inc., which is the publisher. I looked into it after I made my statement, okay? But it's just funny to me because don't they see that EA is doing this to themselves? Because Minecraft, Roadblocks, Fortnite, any other place, Halo, where you can create other games within their games is not a direct competitor to them, okay? We know that EA has already quiet or silenced Arc Raiders in their chat on their thing. When people were trying to type in Arc Raiders, it wouldn't pop up, okay? We went over that a couple of weeks ago. We know Call of Duty doesn't strike down anybody for making their maps in other people's games, at least all these other years. But for some reason, EA, right, with Battlefield 6, all of a sudden people are making shipment and other things inside the game, and all of a sudden Activision sends a thing saying you can't make this within EA, right? And again, it's not EA's fault because they gave you the tools and other people started making whatever they wanted. But EA has already quiet down the XP farms because they don't want you to go over there, right? It was ruining the servers for other people, okay? They're trying to limit you from the XP that you get because they want to slow you down and grind. And yet people are on the bandwagon now and saying, well, F Activision, right? Activision's the one silencing you. And I'm like, no, it's EA. Activision has never stopped anyone from making any other maps on any other game across the board. But for some reason, EA is like, at least in this is the way I look at it, okay? EA is like, well, we don't want you to make the XP farms. We don't want you to make shipment in other Call of Duty maps within Battlefield because we want you to play Battlefield, okay? So I think it's really weird that people are taking a stance that, well, EA is stopping, or I'm sorry, Activision stopping EA from making people make their own maps on EA. Well, no, that's EA. EA is stopping them. You can't copyright a map design. You can't copyright that stuff. If they were taking Mario and putting him in that, you can 100% get silenced by the other company, okay? You can make the maps, right? If anything that's happening is because it's named shipment, like COD shipment map, okay? If you just put shipment, okay, and don't say COD in it, then maybe they wouldn't get silent at all because they wouldn't even know. You know what I mean? People do this all the time when they're making artwork right? You can't say like Destiny artwork if you're putting artwork and you're using something from Destiny inspired. You have to say like Guardian or something along the lines that people that play the game know, oh, well, this is artwork. Oh, that's from Destiny. But you can't put Destiny in the actual title of the artwork. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little strange to me, but a lot of people are again, pulling sides again. You know, it's always Activision's fault. It's never Bungie's fault, remember? Well, now it's Activision again because people just like hating on Activision because Activision obviously is a multi-trillion-dollar company and so is EA, or billion-dollar company and so is EA. So which one do you hate more, right? I just think it's funny because you can see what EA is doing. EA is slowing down XP farms. They're taking things off that they feel is competition to themselves. Again, their number one competitor for all these years, even though they've never beat them, was Call of Duty. So I just think it's funny that people think it's Activision's putting the email out and stopping them. I just think it's EA. They're like, yeah, Activision told us that you can't use the shipment. Sure. But there's my little rant this morning on that. Let's go on, Travis. Breaking news, gaming is on fire. Oh, wait, sorry. I meant a guy is on fire in my game. Thanks, Outworld 2. Do you like an Outworld 2? I hear it's pretty good. I hear people like it. A lot of other people are like, well, it's kind of, you know, they don't like the way the story is, or it's a little less dry sense of humor. It's not as good as the first story from the first game. But I always think it's always the thing with sequels. I think you have this thing set in your head, and then when the second one comes out, you're comparing it so much to the first one that it always lets you down. Where you didn't have any expectations for the first one, now you have a bunch of expectations for the second one. What's going on, Robert Jones? What's going on, Turn? All right. Let's start off with this story right here. Robert Jones says, why did I think Outer Worlds 2 came out last year? I don't know. Because they announced it last year that it was coming. Maybe that's why. Travis says it's what Starfield should have been. More condensed. Travis, is that what you're saying? Like more fine-tuned into like a couple of planets? I agree. Ron Slusher, good morning, says, I have no expectations for Concord 2. That's good. I don't think anyone has expectations. I don't even think they have an expectation to make it. If you guys like what I do, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. You can also check out our store down below. We got new merchandise in there. We got, let me see. Let me bring it up. I think it's, is it this one? Is it this one? Here it is. Yeah, we got the new mugs and shirts. There's a couple different designs of the shirts. You can go to the store and check it out. But it's no pre-order, no day one, no full price for half-ass games. I got my mug. It's in the washing machine right now, or dishwasher, so I can't show it to you. But it's actually really good. It's a nice print on there. You can see the light design of my logo behind the actual wording there. And it also comes onto a shirt, which should be coming in the mail sometime soon this week. And when I have it, I'll wear it and I'll show you. So we'll talk, we'll show you that. All right, so Xbox biggest competition isn't another console, but TikTok and movies, claims executive. Okay, he says, Xbox Matt Booty explains multi-platform push. Look at that face. Could that face lie to you? I don't think that face could lie to you. Look at this. Look at this face. It's like Eli Manning when he throws a football, or when he threw a football. Okay. Xbox Studios boss has claimed that Microsoft no longer sees other consoles as its biggest competition. I mean, didn't they say this 2.5 years ago when they said they lost the console war, and that Google and Amazon, I think they said at the time, was the biggest competition? Matt Booty, the president of Xbox Game Content and Studios, discussed the gaming's division multi-platform strategy in an interview with New York Times, published to coincide with the news that Xbox historical flagship franchise Halo is coming to PlayStation for the first time. Here's a big thing that I don't understand, right? So many people are like, oh, Xbox going multi-plat with Halo. Halo's been multi-plat literally since 2003. I don't know if you know this. A lot of people didn't game on Macs back then, okay? But a PC is a platform, right? PC and Mac computers are two separate platforms. And yet Halo was on Apple and PC back in 2003. And yet for some reason, everyone just kind of takes that out. They're just like, we're going to remove that. That doesn't exist. We're talking about consoles here, okay, 30? We're talking about consoles, even though multi-plat's been in Halo's DNA since 2003. But go figure, right? Commenting on the decision, Booty claimed that customers no longer have a strong attachment to the devices they use to play games. We all seek, I think it's also, a lot of people are, remember Phil Spencer said that no one's going to switch over and move over to other platforms. You don't need to make games to bring people over. And I'm like, well, that's what brought people to the consoles originally. So I kind of disagree with them there. Not kind of disagree. I big time disagree. But he says no one's going to move over because they're stuck in their ecosystem of the stuff, right? So this is a little weird that, coming from Matt Booty claiming customers no longer have a strong attachment to their devices. They 100% do, right? Like people draw the line in the sand, say I'm a PC guy, I'm a Mac guy, I'm a Linux guy, I'm a Windows guy, I'm a Google Android person, I'm an Apple iPhone person. So to say they don't care what device they play on, I think they're just kind of pretending to force it that way. They're like, yeah, no one cares what device they play on. Sure. Okay. It says, we all seeking to meet people where they are, he said, and our biggest competition isn't another console. We're competing more and more with everything from TikTok to movies. Okay. In the same interview, Booty briefly commented that 9,000 company layoffs earlier this year, which also saw the cancellation of numerous games and the closures of the initiative. Okay, he says, quote, layoffs are difficult, Booty said. They are part of managing our business. Yeah, you got to prune your trees. This is always going to happen. We talk about it every year. Every year this happens, right? It doesn't matter if it's 10 people that lose their job or if it's 10,000 people lose their job, right? Again, we talked about this months ago about that Microsoft hired 32,000 employees during COVID. Okay, 32,000 people were hired during that time frame, and over the last 2 years or so, they've let go of like 18,000. So they still have quite a bit of people that still work there that got hired during that push. Xbox multi-platform shift comes off of Xbox continues to evolve in business and wake lower than expected console sales. Now, PlayStation 5 is estimated to have outsold series consoles 2-1 with a continued focus on Game Pass subscription service at the expense of some traditional premium game sales. Xbox shift to a multi-format release started in early 2024 when Microsoft gaming CEO Phil Spencer announced that just 4 games. I think that was the stupidest thing that they could have said. Right? Just the 4 games, because it's like Todd Howard saying 16 times the detail or it just works. Like Phil Spencer coming out and just saying it's just 4 games was just dumb. It really was. Right? All they had to do is put one more word at the end of this quote. It should have said just 4 games for now. Okay? That's all he had to do. From the first-party lineup, it also be coming with rival platforms, claiming that the ports were not changed to Xbox fundamental exclusive strategy. Okay, it says, however, since then, the floodgates have opened, with numerous other former Xbox exclusives making their way over the PlayStation, including Indiana Jones: The Great Circle, Forza Horizon 5, Gears of War Reloaded, and earlier this month, Xbox President Sarah Bond called the idea exclusives antiquated. According to a recent Bloomberg report, Microsoft has asked that Xbox divisions produce a profit margin well above the industry's average, putting pressure on the executives to cut costs and boost profits. And there's also evidence that the strategy is also working with Xbox Business. Between April and July, 6 of the top 10 business-selling games on PlayStation 5 were Microsoft. So it looks like it's working. So Microsoft announced a company-wide layoff in July, reportedly resulting in many of the 9,000 people being laid off across all departments. And the multiple projects were canceled, including Rare's Everwild and the initiative's Perfect Dark, and Ladder Studios was also closed. In further unpopular news from fans, Microsoft announced a 50% price increase to the Game Pass Ultimate last month. The company has also raised the price of Xbox console twice this year. They don't really go into the fact of why TikTok. Okay, why is TikTok your main competitor in movies? And what would that mean? right, chat? Like, I'm a little confused by Matt Booty saying that we're competing more and more with everything from TikTok to movies, but he doesn't go into more depth of that. TikTok is like scrolling for 30 seconds, 15 seconds, and you're just doing stuff. So how are you going to compete with that as a video game, as a piece of entertainment? I mean, obviously, my morning show right now competes with every other YouTuber that uploads a video, past videos, live television, radio, video games, like your wife, your husband, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm competing for your time just like every other thing in the world. So I really wish he would go into more of a reason of why everything from TikTok to movies, to bring back like, oh, like they should just say, instead of we're competing with TikTok and movies, we're competing for time, is what they should have said, instead of TikTok and movies. I don't know. It's just a little weird to me, because unless you're coming out with something that Xbox is going to bring out to compete with TikTok individually, movies I get. Have you guys seen The Dispatch? I think The Dispatch is actually a pretty good game. I watched a little bit of it. I was thinking about picking it up myself. I kind of like the business strategy they're trying to do with The Dispatch. Now, I don't know if I want every game to do what they're doing, but I kind of like what they're doing. Is like they have the whole game complete, right? But they're like episodic, stories. So it's like a Netflix show. It's like and it's coming out every Wednesday. Okay. It's pretty interesting. Like, if you want to play it every Wednesday when it releases the next chapter, you can. If not, you can play. Sort of like what Telltale Games did with The Walking Dead and stuff like that. I kind of like that business model for those types of games, because it's not really a game that you're playing. It's more of a interactive experience, which I think is pretty cool. So, I don't know. I think the way they're dishing out that game, that's pretty good. It's like a live service game, but not really a live service game. It's just more of a play it. They're competing for your time. And the reason I bring this up, right? The Dispatch is like, we have 8 episodes, and someone could sit down and play that game and be done with it in a 6 to 8 hour time frame, right? But instead, they said, we're going to just release one episode, one chapter a week for the next 8 weeks. Now, I think it's like $25, $26 for the game. And I was like, oh, well, that's interesting, because now that you're playing it, if you're playing it, you come back every Wednesday, and they're just getting your time, just 1 hour a week of your time for 8 weeks to keep it relevant, right? Which is actually a pretty good business model for a game like that. I don't think it would work for other games, like if Arc Raiders or Destiny type of did that. But for a small independent studio, Critical Role, like voice actors and stuff are in there, big names. Some streamers got their names in there as well. I'm a Moist Critical. I think Elena Pierce is inside there, and I forget, somebody else is in there, right? But there's a lot of voice cast. Okay. And I like the way they're dishing it out, because it keeps the game relevant and talking about it for at least 8 weeks. And by the time it comes out, someone else will be like, oh, and then they'll pick it up afterwards. I don't know. It's pretty good. The episodic stuff, it looks like a television show. It almost looks like Invincible. It almost looks like Invincible. I think they were kind of going for that type of thing. So, pretty good. Soy says they're fighting for people's time. Yeah, but we've always been doing that, right? Video games have always been going for time. Always. People might not have looked at it that way. I mean, I have. Okay, like if I wasn't playing the NES, I was playing Sega. If I wasn't playing Sega, I was playing Game Boy. If I wasn't playing Game Boy, I was playing Atari Jaguar, right? You only have a certain amount of time in your day. And this is why I have always talked about respect the player's time. Because if the person feels disrespected, that they're not going to give your game time or your movie time. This is why there's value. This is why the money is value. So you're like, I bought this game, I bought this book, I watched this movie. It's a shit movie because it wasn't worth my time because of the money that you charged me for it, right? And this is why we don't want broke, buggy games, right? So they're all fending for time. They're all fending for your money. Time more than money, because if they can get your time, then you're not playing something else, and they can maybe get something out of you with the microtransactions and stuff in the past, down the road. Mo says, Mike, he did, they never said what he really said, just the first part. What was the actual quote? Is that the quote? Because the way they quote it, okay, the quote is that they quoted. Again, I'm only reading the news. If you could find me the exact quote, I'll be more than happy to read it out loud on my stream, Mo. But only 4 games, right? That's what they have quoted. If he said 4 games for now in the interview, great. I'll say it. I'll read it, and I'll say, well, he did say it. Is that what he said? Aku says, no, it's not surprising. We're going to be getting more games doing the same thing. Companies have to always show growth without the multiplat. They can't do that. Well, yeah, Xbox has basically showed everybody that this is what you have to do, and they have to play ball now. PlayStation will do the same thing. Nintendo doesn't have to as of right now. But down the road, they might. Because they're still selling a crap ton. I watched a video this week. Was it a video? Or was it a post? It was talking about Nintendo. They sold 68 million copies of, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, right? But 78 million people play Fortnite on Nintendo Switch, right? 78 million people played Nintendo on Nintendo Switch, right? That's crazy, right? So a first-party title being dominated by a third-party title and this is why Nintendo doesn't want to do what Xbox is doing and what PlayStation is about to do with putting more games on more platforms, right? Epic really opened up and showed the hand of everybody when they forced people to put Fortnite on all cross-platform. Remember, Sony was holding that line. Sony was holding the line for cross-platform. They didn't want to do cross-platform, but Fortnite and Epic forced them to do it. And once they did, kind of the floodgates opened. Tide says, TikTok's an app. What if Xbox Game Pass mobile app to play games on your phone seamlessly? I mean, I talked about this years ago for Game Pass is an app and that they wanted to put it on everywhere. I even talked about how they wanted to put it on PlayStation and put it on Nintendo, which might happen at some point. They won't let them right now, but at some point they will. Because think about this, right? And a lot of people don't think this way, and I know I'm a little different, but let's say 5 years from now that there's 150 million people playing Game Pass, okay? But they're not playing it on a PlayStation. They're not playing because they're bidding for time, right? And now Game Pass app is on Samsung TVs and LGs, and it's just spreading on all devices. But the 2 devices that it's not on, okay, is the PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. Now, all of a sudden, Nintendo and PlayStation start to notice that, well, a lot more people are going towards that. And instead of stopping them because they're going, well, it's just convenient, right? It's just convenient for them to open that app on their mobile device or television set, whatever. That's why Netflix is everywhere. It's just convenient. So down the road, if that Game Pass app, all of a sudden they'll be like, well, if we bring that on our console, at least they're playing on our system. And while they're playing Game Pass on our system, we're getting a chunk of that. And maybe they'll stay and then they'll play something else on there as well, right? Who knows? Because either they get nothing because everyone's starting to go towards that direction. And they're like, yeah, I'll just play it wherever. But as soon as they make it convenient for them to play on their console that they have, a Nintendo or a PlayStation, and they just download an app, then they can start getting percentages from Microsoft because they'll take 30% as long as they're playing on their console. Dolphin says, oh, God, you're a Scorpio. Now I know why you're crazy. Mo says he said 4 games, and we're going to learn and listen to it and give you what he said. All right, let me see what the exact quote was, because I don't even know if that's the exact quote you're giving me. Let's see. Microsoft game CEO Phil Spencer confirmed in early 2024 that 4 older Xbox exclusive games would release on the other platforms, not that 4 games would launch exclusively on the other systems in 2026. The games are not Starfield or Indiana Jones and were chosen to specific reasons. They're bringing service-based similar titles not intended to the platform executives. Let's see. Is this the actual quote right here? Let me see.
So let's just go and tackle the exclusivity question, because I know it's on the minds of a lot of people. We hear from the community, and that's an important input for us. So we made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to the other consoles, just 4 games, not a change to our kind of fundamental.
Nope. He said exactly that, Mo. Just 4 games. Now, I said he should just add another word, for now. Just 4 games for now, for testing, for whatever. So I'll back it up again.
To take 4 games to the other consoles, just 4 games, not a change to our kind of fundamental exclusive strategy. We're making these decisions for some specific reasons. We make every decision really with the long-term health of Xbox in mind. And long-term health of Xbox means a growing platform, our games performing, building the best platform for creators, reaching as many players as we can. We're always looking to learn as a leadership team and to grow. And we think this is an interesting point in time for us to use what some of the other platforms have right now to help grow our franchises. So we're going to do that.
So these 4 titles, what are they? Can you say?
I'm not going to name those games. The teams that are building those games have announced plans that are not too far away. As we know, game teams put a lot of energy into their announcements with the partners. So I don't want to take anything away from those teams. So I won't be talking about the titles specifically, but I think when they come out, it'll make sense.
Can we say if either of those titles are Starfield or Indiana Jones?
They are not Starfield or Indiana Jones.
But they are, right? But they are, because Indiana Jones is on PlayStation, right? Now, again, all he had to say, because he never said 4 games for now. We're testing these 4 games, right? He never said any of that, right? Never said any of that. And all he had to say was, we're testing 4 games for now. And then he wouldn't be quoted saying all the other stuff that he didn't say or did say. He would just say, we're doing 4 games for now. We're testing out the waters. Testing, experimenting. He didn't use any of that terminology. Yeah, and Starfield will be one as well, right? So that's the difference. He says, for what I pulled up, it was just 4 games, not a change in our fundamental exclusive strategy. Also, I don't want to create a false expectation that everything else is coming that is not planned today. Right, but all he had to say was, we're testing these 4 games out. That leaves it open to, if they do well, there will be more. If they don't do well, well, then we're staying what we're doing, right? He didn't say any of that. Ray says he won't take away anything, just everything. Close the studio. Yeah. So, all right. So let's go from that to last week. A lot of us were having issues with the internet. YouTube was acting up. I couldn't watch YouTube videos. I called the provider. They were like, no, everything's fine on your end. And I was just like, what's happened? And you guys said something happened with the AWS. So now we get to find out. Now we get to find out what actually happened. At least I hope so. Okay. So I do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Okay. The multi-billion-dollar 15-hour AWS outage that brought the internet to its knees last week was apparently caused by a single software bug. That should make you feel really confident, huh, guys? That all of your information, all of our information is on the internet, okay? And yet one little bug could like destroy and bring us down to basically, 1800s, right? Just amazing. Real quick before I go to this, Ashraf says, I think that the port for the fifth Xbox game on PlayStation was already in development when they announced the 4-game thing. Also, I just hopped in, so maybe you said that yourself. No, what we were talking about in the article, we were talking about the other article, Matt Booty saying that in the article it said that Phil Spencer said 4 games, and it just quoted at the end of the 4 games. I was like, I wonder all he had to do was add, for now, right? Or for testing, we're doing these 4 games. And then Mo said he did say that, so then I brought up the video and showed what the video was. Now, obviously, we knew, because when that happened, I said, it's going to be more than 4 games, because obviously, I'm not a moron, okay? Like, we can tell that they're going to put more games, but I'm saying he keeps getting quoted as just 4 games, just 4 games. He never said testing 4 games, we'll see where it goes down the line or anything like that. It's just these 4 games. In that moment, he could have said, for now, we're testing out these 4 games, which he didn't do. All right, so the multi-billion-dollar 15-hour AWS outage that brought the internet to its knees last week was apparently caused by a single software bug. So whenever you see a major internet outage like the past week, multi-billion-dollar Amazon web server debacle, I like to come into work and crack-wise bump into a server rack, and in my big-ass unplug in this morning. Hope nobody notices. He says, I may also been closer to the market this time. As reported by Ars Technica, Monday's outage was shockingly caused by the single software glitch, which affects cascaded through AWS system, though no one appears to be involved. The culprit was a software bug. DynamoDB, AWS DNS management system, DNS or domain name system, is often analogized as a phone book. Internet translating domain names preferred by human user into IP addresses requiring automated systems. Our modem internet, many servers such as the cloud computing or streaming needed to be able to assign the same domain multiple IP addresses in a network, allowing officiants to use geographically disrupt servers or distributed servers. Okay, DNS, a component of DynamoDB, responsible for the updating of these tables, experienced usually high delays, needing to retry these updates several times in the DNS endpoints. While an actor played catch-up, Dynamo continued generating new planes for the following, which also another one-time DNS enactor helpfully tried to implement. So the fresh DNS configured as a result was overwritten by a significantly outdated one when it was also delayed in enactor. Okay, finally caught up, bypassing the safeguard meant to prevent just such an error, which is also experiencing delays. The second on-time enactor was also delayed or deleted an outdated plane altogether, detecting that it was also stale. Okay, this state of affairs resulted in a knockoff and effects across the AWS, requiring engineers to manually diagnose the problem and resolve it. It's another reminder of how fragile the internet is. It makes you wonder, right? It's like, imagine like a giant elevator being held on by a cotter pin. Do you know what I mean? Like you have all these people and weight inside these things, and just a cotter pin's like holding it up. Little slice of metal holding it. It's like, that's what the internet feels like at some points, right? We have banking. People's lives are on the internet, right? Everything. People cut the cord on the actual like television. Like, you don't have cable anymore. Your cable is the internet. Everything is on a cotter pin with a whole bunch of weight on the internet. And all of a sudden the internet's like, oh, we got a bug. Completely shuts down, and nobody can access their bank accounts. Nobody can access their televisions. Nobody can access their internet. Nobody can check their phones. Nothing. It's all gone in a blink of an eye because of a little thing. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so it says internal logic failures imperiled by deep sea sharks going, I love fiber optic cables. Being able to jump out of the fire jet, headshot someone, and then get back into the plane, keep flying in Battlefield 6 is truly a feat of engineered par of putting a man on the moon. So that's basically it. So basically a whole server, all the servers that run majority of the internet, Netflix, YouTube, bank accounts, all this other stuff was down because of a small little software bug. Kind of shitty. Because I thought it was, my wife's freaking out. She's like, "Is there something wrong with our internet?" And I was like, "Well, let me call Spectrum." So I called Spectrum up, and Spectrum's like, "No, everything's fine." So we went through the whole thing. We reset the whole thing, right? And then everyone else says like, "Yeah, I couldn't get on YouTube, couldn't get on Netflix, couldn't get on Amazon Prime, couldn't do anything," right? And I understand it's first world problems, right? You're like, "Oh man, I was watching a television show and I couldn't get on." Boo hoo. But overall, like, the whole internet was basically at a standstill and no one could do anything. And it's just, if you think about this, right, it's idiotic. Like, even today, going to school that has nothing to do with fiber optic cables or anything like that. If you look at roads as the internet, right, and there's paths of data going everywhere, right? People are going to get to work, and all of a sudden a rainstorm comes and washes out a part of the road. And then all of a sudden, tens of thousands of people are now, directed in a completely different well where the other roads can't handle it, and everyone's an hour and a half late. First world problem, but the same type of thing. It's like something so small, right, of water coming over a road and washing away, a slit, like this big, shuts down complete traffic because it would cause accidents and whatnot, right? That's basically what happened with AWS. Robert Jones says it's a micro scale of Y2K. Remember when Y2K, because of the date, they're like, what happens after that date? Everyone thought the world was ending. They thought the power grid was going to shut down because they didn't know the date after 2000. They thought at midnight would happen and the computers wouldn't know what to do and the power would shut off. Hal says this means that the government ever wants to take control of the internet, they can probably do it. Yeah, anybody. Timmy from his bedroom could probably do it. Right? And if Timmy didn't do it, and the government wanted to blame a person, hackers got into the system, even though they did it themselves, they could. Because how would you prove it otherwise? Travis says, I think he's giving you all a hint that he's playing Roadcraft tonight. I mean, I wouldn't have to give him a hint. If I wanted to play Roadcraft, I'd just say I'm playing Roadcraft. I don't know what I'm playing tonight. But now that you mentioned it, Travis, I think I might play Roadcraft. Yeah, he said we're going to learn, and took him his whole spiral. But at the end, he said 4 games. Don't take it as all, because not is what we're going to learn. He said 4 games, and then he said 4 games again. Right? Then he said a whole bunch of jargon bullshit. He never said we're testing these 4 games. He said that we're doing 4 games. Then he said we're not doing Indiana Jones and Starfield, which they are. So again, you could protect Phil Spencer all you want, Mo, but he didn't say what he said. It could have been very, very easily. Right now, we're doing 4 games. That could have fixed the problem. 4 games for now, right? That would have also saved it. Testing these 4 games could have also saved everyone a whole head trouble, right? Because everyone's speculated anyway. Well, these 4 games, what else is coming out? All he had to do was just say, we're testing these 4 games. We're trying these 4 games. These 4 games in particular for now. Oh, we could do that, Aku. Yeah, maybe we'll do that tonight. We listened to the whole thing right here on the thing. I'm not like lying. He didn't say, again, listen to the words coming out of my mouth. The easy words would have been for now. Testing. Right? These 2 little words, right? Sorry, 3 words. For now and testing would have solved all these issues. We're seeing how these 4 games work out. No, it's all this legal jargon. Well, I don't want to say blah, 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 blah. Here. Where is it? Where the hell did it go? Did I close it? I closed it. God damn it. That's not it. Here, this is a minute 31. Let's watch it again for Mo.
And tackle the exclusivity.
Let's watch it again for Mo.
Because I know it's on the minds of a lot of people. We hear from the community, and that's an important input for us. So we made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to the other.
Right there. We made a decision for right now, these 4 games. That's all they had is that, right?
Consoles. Just 4 games.
Just 4 games.
Not a change to our kind of fundamental exclusive strategy.
Right. We're not changing anything for our fundamental strategy, even though the 2 games that they mentioned afterwards are actually coming to PlayStation.
We're making these decisions for some specific reasons.
Specific reasons.
We make every decision really with the long-term health of Xbox in mind.
Sure.
And long-term health of Xbox.
All of this jargon right here that he's saying, all he had to say was, we're testing these 4 games. We're testing these 4 games. That implements that if these work out, then the rest open up. Right? I don't need to hear all this other bullshit.
This means a growing platform, our games performing, building the best platform for creators, reaching as many players as we can. We're always looking to learn as a leadership team and to grow. And we think this is an interesting point in time for us to use what some of the other platforms have right now to help grow our franchises. So we're going to.
Great. Where does he say in the 52 seconds that he was talking there? Could have easily said, we're just testing these 4 games. We're not changing the fundamental things of our company. We're just testing these 4 games. But he didn't say that. Just 4 games is what he said.
Do that.
So these 4 titles.
So these
what
4
are
titles.
They? Can you say?
Well, it's just 4 titles for now. Could have said it there too.
I'm not going to name
right.
those
I'm not going to name
the teams that are
teams, which obviously right after the show they named the 4
plans
titles
that are not too far away. As we know, game teams, but a lot of
First of all, Mo, I don't know if you know this, but if you can read someone's vocabulary by their facial expressions and stuff like that, okay, look at his eyes and stuff when he's talking. He knows he's full of shit. He knows he's lying because he has to, and that's his job, by the way. His job is to lie. All CEOs lie because they don't want to say the wrong thing. Because if he did say, we have more games coming down the pipeline, okay, then everyone would have shit on him. But everyone shit on him anyway. Okay?
Have announced plans that are not too far away. As we know, game teams, but
we know. Like, look at his eyes again. Watch his eyes.
Games have announced plans that are not too far away. As we know, game teams put a lot of energy into their announcements with the partners.
I'm just saying a bunch of stuff.
I don't want to take anything away from those teams.
Because they're going to announce it.
So I won't be talking about the titles specifically, but I think when they come out, it'll make sense.
Can we say if either of those titles are Starfield or Indiana Jones?
They are not.
They are not Indiana Jones, right? But in that place that he's talking about, Indiana Jones and Starfield are not the 2 games of the 4 games that they're announcing.
Starfield or Indiana Jones.
Mo, I don't care what you sent me. The quote that he said, it doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes after what he said. The quote that he said is just 4 games. He says it twice within a 5-second period. Just 4 games. The 4 games are. Okay? It doesn't matter what you say 5 minutes from now. The quote is just 4 games, not before just 4 games and not right after just 4 games. It's just 4 games. Like, I don't understand. It doesn't matter if I say, go fuck yourself, and then 5 minutes from now, I say something else. You can't take the quote over there and merge it with this one and be like, well, he did say it. No. The quote is, go fuck yourself. Right? The quote is, just 4 games. Just 4 games. That's the quote. Not testing, just 4 games. 4 games for now. None of that. It's just 4 games. Then a bunch of jargon. 3 minutes down the road, then, right? The quote, which is the quote is just 4 games. That's how quotes work. It's not quoting a paragraph. It's the quote. The quote is the quote. He says it again in part of the same quote. Just 4 games. Don't expect any more games. We're going to learn. That's not saying anything except for just 4 games. The quote in the beginning is just 4 games. He says it twice with nothing else after that. What's the complaint? Mo's protecting Phil Spencer like a little teddy bear, right? The quote is just 4 games. And I said, all he had to say, Argus, while he said the quote of just 4 games is, for now, testing, right? Those are the things, right? That's all he had to say. My argument is Phil Spencer, all he had to say was, for now, we're testing 4 games. We're going to see what happens, while he said the just 4 games. For right now, we're just testing 4 games. Obviously, I don't give a shit. They could bring the whole catalog. I don't care, because I don't care what box I play on. I play games where I want to play. I've always said this, and I always stand by this. I've never been a PlayStation. I've never been an Xbox. I've never been a Nintendo. I play games where I want to play. Of course, Ashraf, of course he knew. He's the CEO. Of course he knew that Indiana Jones was eventually planned to release on PlayStation. He knew this. I would hope he would know this. But the question was, is Indiana Jones or Starfield the 2? He said, no, it's not Indiana Jones and Starfield. They're not them. He's not saying they're not coming. He's saying that's not those 2 games of the 4 games that are coming. He didn't want to announce that. Argus says, I agree. Overcorrected damage control by saying it will only be 4 games at the point that they have already known it would be more than 4. Should have just at least made it vaguely open-ended. Exactly. That's exactly my point, Argus. It would have been easily been, because if he just said, for now, or we're testing, we'll see what's happening, in that quote of, right now we're just doing 4 games. The right now means that, if this goes well, then we'll see more. Just 4 games that we're testing, right? Oh, okay. There are only 4 games. What does this mean? If this goes well and they sell well, then the more games come. That is automatically baked into the statement. Instead of saying just 4 games, a bunch of jargon, and then when other games come out, they're like, oh, here it comes, the whole thing. Just all you had to do was leave it open-ended. When do you expect Starfield and PlayStation announcement? There's rumors going around right now when they announce the next expansion, they're going to announce Starfield coming to PlayStation. Which makes sense. Titan says, my theory is all games coming to PlayStation is causing Phil to lose drastic weight. I would say, one, I think a lot of people give the weight thing more like he's unhealthy. I think, one, he's super healthy now, but people think because someone's skinny, they're like sickly, even though he was like well overweight. 2, I think stress does a shit ton of things to you. Okay, I don't know if you've ever been stressed before, Titan. Okay, but you'll shred a bunch of fucking weight when you're stressed. And being a CEO of a multi-trillion-dollar, company or of a division type of thing, that's probably very stressful, right? Another stress that brings you is travels a lot, okay? So when you travel a lot, you kind of gain weight because you're sitting on airplanes and eating shit food while you're traveling and staying in hotels and stuff like that. So I think he actually looks really good now, but people think he's sickly because he was fat. He was a fat fuck, and now he's skinny, and now people think he's sick. I mean, that's what it was. He was probably like 270, and now he's down to probably like 180. Probably lost 90 pounds, 80 pounds. For me, it's the opposite. I gain more weight. Well, there's different types of stress, right, Altern? There's the stress that makes you lazy and you shove your face. And then there's the weight that you when you're super stressed out, that you lose a lot of weight. Mo says Starfield was coming to PlayStation in 2023. Remember, broke clock is right twice a day. Well, it is coming, Mo. I mean, people that were saying it back then, they were just wrong. Which I think is funny because the people that, and when I say people, I'm talking about the PlayStation guys, right? Which is the same as you, because you are the opposite of the PlayStation fanboy. You are the Xbox fanboy. Okay. But the PlayStation guys are like, oh, this is coming, but it's coming today. It's coming today, but it doesn't come. But when God of War and Horizon and Spider-Man takes 2 years to get, they're like, oh, it's 2 years, 2 years. But Starfield's been out for 2 years. It hasn't been to PlayStation yet. But now when it comes to Starfield, it'll be over 2 years, right? Because it's 2 years now. 2 years like last month or whatever it was. So when Starfield comes out, it's been over 2 years since it came out. So it would be fine to go onto their platform, wouldn't it? It's the same exact thing with PlayStation, right? Remember, the PlayStation guys are saying, well, we don't do it day and date. Well, they're not doing day and date for you, right? Now, that could change in the future, and we'll see. But it's been 2 years since Starfield came out. So if it comes out, it comes out. It's past the point of new car smell. Robert Jones says, speaking of computer errors, some kid got arrested because AI mistook a bag of chips for a weapon. What? What kind of weapon? Stale nachos? Like what's happening? Argus says it depends if you're a stress eater or a non-eater when stressed. Altern says, what game will stay exclusive forever? That's right. Bleeding Edge. Bleeding Edge has got like 2 people playing it right now. Actually, you know what? I don't even think they have that many. Hold on, let's see. At least on Steam. Hold on, let me see how many people are playing Bleeding Edge right now. I'll turn. I was wrong. God damn it, I was wrong. Peak was 2, is 1 person. 1 person's playing Bleeding Edge. Isn't that a multiplayer game, by the way? Isn't that a multiplayer game? Who is he playing with? I hope it's crossplay. $170 a couple of months ago. I'm pushing 210 now. Something's happening, boys. I'm at 200 right now, Roadkill. Right? We're building a gym, so I'm going to start within the next month or 2. I'm going to start doing my my regiment. So Travis says, "What the F is Bleeding Edge?" It's a game. AI flagged it for review, but the school just called the cops for a bag of chips. Nice. Mike, what's wrong with more people playing games? Nothing. Why would you ask me that question, Mo? I have no problem with people playing games. I have no issue with someone playing Halo on a PlayStation or Halo on an Apple computer. Again, Halo's been out multi-plat for 22 years. 22 years. Okay, multi-plat's multi-plat. I don't care if people debate or not if, well, no, we're talking about console. No, I'm talking about where you play video games. And video games are multi-platforms. And they've been around for decades. And Halo has been on Apple for 2 decades. He says, sometimes it's good to play with yourself. I mean, by yourself. The only people thinking it's wrong is Sony and Nintendo. Sony is the old grumpy man, and Nintendo will just sue you to oblivion. Mike, I think I hear you twice again. I don't know where you're hearing me twice. You're the only person. I don't know. Do you have me on 2 different things in the background? Chat, is anybody else hearing me twice? I think Mo's going crazy. I can. I'm on my phone. If you're on your phone, you might have two things open. You can close apps in your phone. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. If somebody else was hearing double, Mo, maybe I would be like, okay, let me see what I can do. But nobody else. Travis says, C30, this is what happens when you're defending Phil. This is what it does to you. Yeah, you hear double. Yeah. All right, the next story. Free game streaming. Xbox confirms that ad-supported cloud gaming experiment. Now, here, this right here, okay, is perfect to prove my point, right? Now, I don't know if it's a quote or not, but ad-support cloud gaming experiment. Now, obviously, if they're coming out and saying that it's an ad-supported cloud and we're just trying it out, we're experimenting, there you go. It could stick around. Maybe it doesn't. Okay? But the point is that this ending of experiment means we're just trying it out. Okay? We're just trying it out. All right? If you guys like what I do, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. You can check out our music. That helps support the channel as well. You can go buy a t-shirt, a sticker, a mug, or whatever. Okay? I do appreciate you. Okay? So a free tier of Xbox Cloud Gaming is in the works. Microsoft has confirmed, currently in testing. The ad-supported Xbox service would be a company's first game streaming offering fully independent of Game Pass. Now, imagine in a world where Phil Spencer said experimenting with 4 games. Okay? They're experimenting with the free ad tier, okay, with Game Pass. Right? Leaves it open-ended. Hey, if it works, it's going to stick around. If it doesn't, well, the first beta version of Microsoft's streaming platform debuted under the name of xCloud in November of 2019. It was rebranded as Xbox Cloud Gaming ahead of September of 2020 launch, after initially being offered as XGP Ultimate Membership exclusive. Now, Xbox Cloud Gaming expanded to all Game Pass tiers except the PC plan in August of 2025. Except the PC plan. Okay. Microsoft has confirmed that ad-supported game streaming test. Now, another expansion may now be on the horizon, with Microsoft presently working on an ad-supported version of the service. A company officially revealed as much as in a statement to the New York Times, saying that the free platform is being tested internally. See how easy it is? Do you see how easy it is just to say, we're testing it out. The free platform is being tested internally, right? The disclosure collaborates at recent report that The Verge that claimed an ad-supported Xbox cloud gaming tier has made available to some Microsoft employees as of early of October of 2025. Now, Microsoft did not provide further details on its testing efforts, leaving it unclear how long the internal trial might continue. Okay, there's also no assurance that the test will progress to a public phase. This is not the first time that Microsoft has explored the idea of free gaming service. In the late 2023, Xbox Chief Financial Officer Tim Stewart suggested the company was considering an ad-supported Game Pass tier, but the initiative did not lead to any customers-facing offerings. Now, isn't that amazing, guys? Isn't that amazing? By just saying just 4 games, now during the testing of Game Pass, they're like, hey, we're just testing it. It might not come out. It might come out. It might not come out. But it's open-ended. It's an open-ended thing. So if they do come out, be like, see? Ta-da! It's coming out. Okay? It says, is a free game streaming service commercially viable? I don't know. I mean, Asus does it. I'm sorry, GeForce Now does it, not Asus. Okay? According to a document that they were part of a massive Xbox leaks stemming from Microsoft's legal tango with the FTC over Activision Blizzard acquisition, running Xbox cloud gaming costs approximately 0.03 per hour for offering, which is 3 cents, by the way. Okay? 60 frames per second at 1080p resolution. This estimate is based on a custom Series X console configured to run a Series S profile, which form the backbone of Microsoft's xCloud infrastructure. Now, the service has since expanded to support 1440p streaming, which is even costlier due to the extra bandwidth requirements. Okay? So it says scenario. Conservative is $2. Okay? Ads an hour is $3. Revenue an hour is 0.006. And negative 80% margin. Okay? Balance, okay, which is $8 CPM. And 3 hours, ads 3 hours, okay, at 0.024, okay, the margin's at minus 20%. Optimistic is $12 CPM, $3 ads an hour is 0.036, and that's 20% margin. And then aggressive is $20 CPM with 4 ads an hour, that's 0.08, and that's 167%. Okay. So 3 cents cost per hour for 1080p 60 frames cloud gaming assumed. Now, a November 2023 Stadia study found that the cost per 1,000 impressions for social media advertising ranges from $1.20 to $7.17 depending on the platform and advertising niche. Given these figures, a fully ad-supported version of Xbox Cloud Gaming would likely not directly be profitable unless Microsoft could accommodate a significant CPM premium from advertisers, potentially due to offering access to highly engaged audience. If such a freemium plan does launch, it's more likely to serve as a strategic expansion effort rather than an immediate profitability initiative, as it would operate independently of Game Pass, and the service would rely on bringing your own game functionality that Xbox Gaming was support since late of 2024. Well, I would have to say that if they do this with the free, it would have to have access to day and date, right? It would have to have access like the Ultimate, but the difference is it would, like, you can't give it like the free stuff. It would have to be higher end Ultimate type of stuff, but you get ads. You know what I mean? Because then that would make the people go, oh, you know what? I really like this day and date, but I don't want to do ads all the time, so maybe I'll get in. You understand what I'm saying, chat? Like, if you give this the same benefits of the what's the low tier essential? It's essential, premium, and ultimate. If you give the freemium the same conditions as essential, no one's going to move over to essential. They're like, yeah, whatever, right? They're going to sort of stay on the freemium platform and watch ads. Okay, if it's the premium. And they're like, oh, well, yeah, it's a little bit, but I'm still not getting day-and-date games. If I get day-and-date games, but there's more ads in it, you would force people to be like, I'll play it, I'll try it, and then maybe I get Game Pass in that area. You know what I mean? 3 ads an hour, like 3, it would be three, not 3 ads. It would be 3 interruptions, meaning not just ads. You know how it does like 30 seconds to a minute to 2 minutes, 3 minutes? I guarantee you in an hour, they're giving you 3 ads that equal up to like 15 minutes of ads. Right? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what happens. When you run ads on Twitch or you run ads on YouTube, it'll say like 1 of 3, 1 of 4, 1 of 4. They could be 20 seconds each. Like, remember, when you used to watch television back in the old days when there was commercials, okay? An hour show was a 44-minute show, right? It was a 44-minute show. So you would have 22 minutes of ads. No, it wouldn't be 10 minutes. It would literally be 40 minutes of playtime within that hour. I would assume they would do the exact same thing as they did for old television, El Dente. That's what I think they would do. I think they would do 3-minute ads. Right? So you're around 9 to 12 minutes of ads. I think that's what they would do. Altern says 3 ads of 10 minutes each for 1 hour. So you're only playing for 30 minutes. Maybe. Charlie says, I find it funny. Recently, Tim the Tatman and Ninja said they were also tried the Battlefield 6 multiplayer. And today, EA says the BR is being released tomorrow. Thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate that very much, Charles. So did they announce it? Did they come out on Twitter and say it's coming out tomorrow? It's official? EA said the Battle Royale is coming out tomorrow? Battlefield 6 multiplayer, and today EA says that BR is being released tomorrow. Well, I just want to say that Battlefield 6 is the end of a decade run, right? I mean, what's happening? Halo's coming to PlayStation, and Battlefield is losing Battlefield, right? A BR going to Battlefield. That's the end of Battlefield. It's official. Well, that's official. Let's see what did EA actually say? It's official. Cats fighting dogs. It's chaos. It's cats and dogs living together. It's mass hysteria. Yeah. Ray says just make you use watch ads after Fortnite game instead of waiting on the island. But why Game Pass Series S streaming when you can play on Luna with better quality? Well, with Luna, is Luna is it renting games or do you have to buy the games and use their service? I don't know. I'm asking Ray. I know you can play certain games on there, but do you have to buy the games and then also use the streaming service, or is it just a bunch of games on that platform? Yeah, I knew it was free to play, Charles. I was thinking about it this weekend, right? And I don't know if I want to play the Battle Royale at all on Battlefield. I know it's free to play, but I haven't bought Battlefield. And I was like, I'm going to play the Battle Royale just to see what it is. I don't really like Battle Royales, right? But I don't know if I want to play the Battle Royale Battlefield 6. Like, I don't. I don't want to show any support to the thing that's killing the game that I love. Because for every player that goes into Battle Royale Battlefield 6 is one more point of why not to support Battlefield 6. Does that make sense? So last week I said that me and Mr. Luke might play it. I don't know if I'll play it. I'll play other games. I don't think I'll play Battlefield 6 Battle Royale. I honestly don't care. Aku says, what two adrenaline-addicted gamers can't play a strategic team-based game? What? Also, 33 months. Thank you very much, Aku. Appreciate the 33 months, man. Warbear says, I'm not touching Battlefield 6. Ray says, Luna Prime, you have 50 games and free-to-play games. And you can buy games or get a higher tier for more games. Okay, so it is like a mixture of both. Okay. Well, Travis, I would just try it. But as I was thinking about trying it, I was like, why would I try it? I mean, it's nothing off my back, but I truly don't want a battle royale in Battlefield. So I don't think I'm going to play it. No, you know what? I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to think I'm going to play it. I'm not going to play the battle royale of Battlefield 6. I don't care. I've been subbed to Luna since it was a beta. Never used it. Still sub to it. Keep forgetting to unsub. And that's what most people want to do, right, Argus? Well, not people. That's what the companies want you to do. Charles says they need to fix the bloom bugs in multiplayer before they release the BR. Oh, no. No, Charles. That's not how business works nowadays. Is that they'll release it and they'll fix it down the road. They already got your money. They don't need to fix. I don't know if they got your money, but whoever bought Battlefield 6, they already have your money. They don't need to fix shit. They don't need to fix shit. Altern says Stadia would also be so proud of Xbox and Amazon right now if it only was still alive. Elton says, don't worry, I will. After I'm done with Power Watch Simulator 2. I started playing that this weekend. I get Luna because of Prime. Oh, is it part of Prime? I should test it out since I have it. See how it works out. Last time we played, I think we played Destiny when it first came out. And we tried it on we tried it on Stadia. Never mind. We tried Destiny on Stadia when Stadia came out. It wasn't Luna. Hal says it sounds like someone needs rocket money. Is that the thing that tells you like what you're subscribed to or whatnot? So you don't overdo it. Argus says I still have an unopened Stadia controller. Good Chrome bundle box. Still in the wrap. You know, I forget what person it was. We did a podcast back in the day. Who was it? I forget the content creator. When me and Lono did the podcast on his channel years ago, someone came on and they were a big component. They were like, man, I'm so excited for Stadia. I said, Stadia won't even be here for 2 years. And he bought it. And it obviously ended in 2 years. And I forget who it was. I want to kind of like rub it in. Like I told you. I knew it was an experiment. Google always does stuff like that. Altern says they will release it with bugs, and they'll wait 2 years for the bug to pile up, customer complain, and leave it, and they will also release a blog saying, we can't fix the game in 60 days. Oh, wait, that sounds familiar. Is that Helldivers? Is this the launch parade? Okay, here it is. Is this the Battlefield Battle Royale? Oh, 23 hours. That's not today. Red Sec, is that what it's called? Red Sec, is that the Battle Royale? I saw a video of Tim the Tatman that's starting to go around. Because he went from, I love Battlefield 6, Battlefield 6 is awesome, to a video of, I can see myself playing Battlefield 6 with my buds, but, he's trying to get out of saying how Battlefield 6 is so good. Like, what was it, 2 weeks? 2 weeks? 2 weeks, 18 days, actually, a little over 2 weeks. 18 days. And he's done with it. Battlefield 6 Red Sec is Battlefield. Oh, okay, here you go. Little article about it. So is Battlefield 6 Battle Royale RedSec launching with Season 1 tomorrow? Battlefield 6 Battle Royale mode RedSec is reportedly set to launch on October 28th alongside Season 1, marking a major update for the game. Battlefield 6 took the gaming community by storm, which, oddly enough, there's no weather system inside the game. While the campaign may not be its strongest point, or the multiplayer, or the maps, or the bloom, everything else feels like a treat straight out of the candy box. Now that the players are fully immersed in the game's explosive action, Season 1 is about to shake things up even more. Launching on October 28th, are you guys excited for the 4v4 Battlefield stuff? That's the reason you played. That's the reason you play Battlefield, for the 4v4. It might not be the only major update arriving from Battlefield Studios. A new Battlefield experience awaits. RedSec Battle Royale incoming. The weekend was nothing short of explosive. As everyone gears up for the launch of Season 1 tomorrow, a bombshell announcement has also surfaced. The long-awaited free-to-play free-to-play Battle Royale mode for Battlefield 6 is reportedly launching alongside it. Thanks to the ever-reliable EA app, dedicated data miners, they also were able to uncover a new content drop on the 28th, which is not Season 1. Within the data, the code name granted appeared set to go live tomorrow. Of course, some are skeptical. Very few, though, are considering an accurate previous of Battlefield 6 leaks, where Tom Henderson even confirmed that Granite is a code name for the game's Battle Royale. That's pretty solid backing. Okay. So breaking a new content drop for Battlefield 6 that's not Season 1 codename Granite with a release date of October 28th has been data mined from EA app. Now, I have a question. Tomorrow, I guess today is the 27th, so tomorrow is the 28th. I think it's safe to say that it's also Battlefield 6 Battle Royale. Okay, according to additional leak, the launch initially supports duos and squads, and only solo and trio modes are highly requested, though it doesn't appear that they'll be available at launch. So wait a minute. The highly anticipated Battle Royale in obviously a wide open multiplayer game. That's what Battlefield is, right? 64 versus 64, 32 versus 32, right? Now you get 4v4, and you can only do two duos and squads in Battlefield. Amazing. Most of this information was shared by Modern Warzone's X account, which also described the launch as a full-on shadow drop. That's not how that works. A shadow drop would be like, you didn't data mine it. Nobody told us shit about it. We've known about the 28th now for about a month and a half. That's not a shadow drop. A shadow drop is when nobody knows shit about anything, and then it comes out of nowhere. That's a shadow drop. Hi-Fi Rush was a shadow drop. Apex Legends was a shadow drop. This, not a shadow drop. Beyond the data mine screenshots, none of the reports after refer to the rumor anymore, suggesting that's all but confirmed. The Battle Royale mode, officially titled Battlefield RedSec, is expected to go live tomorrow. Okay. Exclusive, the free-to-play Battlefield 6 Battle Royale is officially named Battlefield RedSec, releasing October 28th and previously reported. However, it looks like there won't be any trailers or official announcements until the 28th itself instead of the day before. So Battlefield 6 officially releases on October 10th, and here we are just 18 days afterwards, and there's a massive drop-off, and we'll see what happens once Arc Raiders comes out, and we'll see what happens when Black Ops 7 comes out. Where can I buy Battlefield 6 at the cheapest price? Why would you want to buy at the cheapest price? You want to pay full price for it. Come on, what's wrong with you guys? So there you go. So Battlefield 6 Battle Royale RedSec. It's not going to get confusing. You guys playing Battlefield 6? No, I'm playing Battlefield 6 RedSec. Sorry. No, they have a trailer tomorrow. They have a trailer coming out tomorrow, Sarge, because it says right here. Yeah. I clicked on this, and this comes out, and that's the video 23 hours from now at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So we'll watch that trailer tomorrow. Let's see what's happening here. Never thought I'd see a Battlefield 6 Battle Royale that quickly. What do you mean? What do you mean? There was Firestorm in Battlefield 5. But they had a battle royale in the game. And it sucked. Battlefield's about to reach the next level. Okay? Goodbye, Warzone. Welcome, RedSec. Here we go, baby. Let's go. I'm ready. The baby, I've been waiting for this. It's Royale. I'm so excited. Warzone. Who was that? Doesn't matter. Let's move on. Man, I hope these people love this game mode. Again, remember what I said, chat. Remember what I said. The Battle Royale will kill Battlefield. And I'm not talking about Battlefield 6 in general. I'm talking about the brand of Battlefield. The Battle Royale destroys what Battlefield is. So today is the last day of a Battlefield franchise. Tomorrow, the Battlefield franchise is completely gone. Crowded says, so what's up with game journalists? They don't even know the lingo, and they suck at games. Water Bear says, Battle Royale players are only going to play until the new COD drops, or BR drops, or updates. I want to know how they keep the Battle Royale going, okay, and change stuff without putting all the skins and everything else that they do in. People go back to Battle Royale for Warzone over the last couple of years because they were putting new skins in that were outrageous. The reason they go back to Fortnite is because of the way they changed the map and how ridiculous it is with the cosmetic skins, because those are kids. What person are they going for here, right? Obviously, my 11-year-old's not playing this, right? And by the time he does play it, he'll be like 13, 14, right? And if Battlefield 4 years from now still has the Battle Royale, I'll be amazed. I'll be honest. Battle Royale is like the song you made. It's a good song. Yeah, it's a good song. Insert Sarah McLachlan. Just start showing Battlefield like all over the years and have that play. Oh, that's good. That's good, El Dente. There's less than 1% chance that this BR succeeds. There's a 99% chance that it hurts the main Battlefield 6 game. Oh, 100%. There's not a 99% chance. There's a 100% chance if it works or doesn't work, it hurts the main game. 100% chance that this hurts the Battlefield 6 franchise. Argus says, I haven't played the campaign, so I have no idea if RedSec is a reference to something in there. I'm a multiplayer only kind of guy. Do it. That's the video. Do it. It's gonna be so bad. Oh well. There goes Battlefield. Arrives tomorrow at 8 Pacific, 9, 10, 11. So 11 o'clock. Oh, you know what I wanted to look at? Let me arrives at 8, dead at 9. Mike, question, do you listen in on your podcast? Do I listen in on my podcast? Yeah, right here. Yeah. That's how I monitor my podcast. Hence why I say I don't know how you're hearing anything. Because there's no way in hell you're hearing the thing in my ear. I don't monitor any other way. I don't have speakers that I'm monitoring. So no audio comes out of my speakers. The only speaker is this right here. You're hearing it? That's impossible. That's impossible. You've got 20/20 hearing. You're not hearing it. Let's see. Halo campaign involved. Is this the thing that came out? This is a 13-minute video. Yeah, okay. Let's watch this.
The Covenant believe that what they call the Silent Cartographer is somewhere under this island. The Cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center.
There's literally hitching. Good old Unreal Engine. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I love Halo. When I played Halo in my early 20s, and we had to take the TV sets and go to LAN parties and stuff like that, where the internet was just going. You know what I mean? Like, that memory. Now, obviously, this is what my brain thought the game looked like when I played it in my early 20s, okay? 25 years ago. This does absolutely nothing for me. Nothing. Like, this was an amazing game for its time. But if you took Mario, right? If you just took Mario, the original Mario side-scroller, and just made it where it had really good graphics today, I wouldn't give two shits, right? I wouldn't give two shits because that was for what it was in its time, and it was awesome for its time. You just sprucing this up, and again, I'm only speaking for myself, okay? This does absolutely nothing for me. I don't want to play it again because I've already played it, and I have those memories, and I don't care that they've updated the graphics. For me, it does absolutely nothing. Now, my son, who's starting to play the Halo series, would this be great for him? I guess, but I still think the time period of what it was and the way it looked and the way it played, I don't think you need to change stuff. Like, I know they're doing the sprint in the game. You saw that, right? And I heard they're doing like pre-sequel story, like 3 missions before. It does nothing for me. It does absolutely nothing for me.
Area secure.
Affirmative. Echo 419 inbound. Somebody order a warthog. Hey, I didn't know you made house calls, Warhammer.
No. It's completely redone, Sarge, in the Unreal Engine. They're using the Unreal Engine now.
You know our motto. We deliver.
Let's go find the map room. That will show us the location of Halo's control center. I've been able to pinpoint the main facility by cross-referencing Covenant survey data.
Yeah, they brought back the old cast. I saw the video. They brought back the old cast to do voice dialogue and stuff like that.
Texts. We It's on this island. I've marked the entrance with a nav plate.
On PlayStation? Yeah, I can see them charging full price. Why wouldn't they? People on PlayStation have never played it. Just make a... You could... Instead of doing this, you could have made a Helldivers competitor. You could have made a Helldivers competitor instead of redoing this.
The silent cartographer is somewhere inside that facility. They're already inside. We have to get in there and stop them before they learn the location of the control center.
You can see it already, Z. There's hitching problems in this gameplay. You see it? It's happening all the time.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here. My analysis indicates that the map room should be at the bottom floor of this facility. Let's keep going inside. Don't let them lock the doors.
Like when I played Halo Infinite, we played it on stream, we played through the campaign. I was bored. The open map was cool. It was fun, but I was bored. I was just like, it just felt. Maybe it was because we played it afterwards, and it wasn't when the game came out. It didn't have split. It didn't have co-op. Like it was just so whatever. I'm done, which is fine, right? New people can come along and enjoy the game, but this does absolutely nothing for me.
Interesting. I underestimated the Covenant's understanding of Halo's subsystems.
100%, Luke. Luke says this is them training to make the next game or redoing the old one. This is them training and also making a buck off this because this is minimal viable product. You know what I mean? Like, instead of making a brand new game, when I say minimal viable product, obviously I know they did the voice lines and they redid other stuff, but they still are just redoing something they've already created instead of making something new.
We need to find the security override to get this door open.
Cortana to Keys.
Go ahead, Cortana. Have you found the control center?
Negative, Captain.
Like these world, look at the hitching all the time, all the hitching. This makes sense when Halo was made for what it is, but comparing it to games that you see today, it's not even close.
Disable this installation's security system.
Understood. We're still en route to the objective. I may be out of contact when we get there. Here are your orders. I want you to use any means necessary to force your way into the facility and find Halo's control center. Good luck, people. Keys out.
Let's move down the beach. Keep an eye out for any unusual structures that could house the security system.
Yeah, the hitching is really annoying. But obviously, they'll fix it. They'll fix it before it comes out.
It looks like there is a path into the interior of the island.
Covering fire! Down, man! Triggers down!
driving Miss Daisy. Yeah, no, I don't know if it's split screen, Jones, but I do know it's 4-player co-op through the story. That's new.
Let's get it going, Marine! Don't get down! Is that all you got?
Two-player local co-op, 4-player online co-op. There you go.
Area secure. Firing!
Yeah, the hitching. The hitching is going to... I swear to God. That irritates me more and more and more as I see it.
Here's more where that came
Smell one, tossing one, please.
Mo, here's the thing. I paused my earpiece when we started this video. So if you're still hearing it, then it's not my earpiece. Because my earpiece hasn't been working for the last, I don't know, 8 minutes and 32 seconds. How did Arc Raiders have no hitching? It's because they optimized it as they were building it, probably, huh?
Use the holo panel to shut down the security system. Good. That should open the door that leads into the main shaft. We need to go to the main facility. Let's head back down the beach.
Mayday! Mayday! Drop ship!
I don't know what I feel about the sprinting.
Bravo 22 taking enemy fire! Repeat, we are under heavy fire and are losing altitude!
Understood. We're on our way.
Chief, Bravo 22 was bringing us some heavy weapons. After I saw we were up against hunters.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
not
we
it's
could
not a
use
big
them.
thing for me. Like, when I say I don't know what to feel about it, like, I don't hate it. Like, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind. It's not like it's a super ability that he's, like, running super fast or anything like that. which he should run super fast. No, I get it, but what I'm saying is them putting the sprinting in the game, El Dente, it's not like it's not like it's changed in the game where all of a sudden you don't need the vehicle anymore because you can just run faster. Do you know what I mean? It's just, they just put a sprint in the game. It doesn't seem like the sprint's like super fast. It's gonna mess up the flood part. I mean, I guess with the sprint, you can just run past everybody and not fight them. I don't know. C says it looks more fun than Marathon. Well, there you go. I'm more of a purist. I've complained about this with what they're doing with Assassin's Creed Black Flag, with the new one coming out. They said that they're taking out parts of the game. Like, if you're going to remake the game, then just leave it as is. Don't add stuff, story, different abilities, the sprint. Like, just leave it as is. If you're going to remake something, just remake it. Don't add stuff to it. See all the hitching that's going on? It's hitching a lot when he's running. Hold on. Look at this. Watch. Hitch. 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 The sprinting seems like it's even adding more because it's trying to keep up with it. Sarge says, well, bro, the sprinting will make the game shorter, so that's a plus. I mean, it is weird seeing the PlayStation 5 up there, but actually, I don't care. Give me 1 second. There's someone at my door. Give me 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. Is the Unreal Engine staying or game made using it? The problem is we had a story a couple weeks ago, right? A story a couple weeks ago where Tim Sweeney from Epic was saying, because everyone was always saying that the hitching happens in Unreal. Unreal has a hitching problem with open world games and whatnot. And Tim Sweeney came out and said, it's not Unreal Engine. It's not us, right? It's developers not optimizing as they go, right? So what they do is they do a whole bunch of stuff with the game, and then at the very end, they optimize it. They're not optimizing as they go. So when you see a game, now Arc Raiders comes out Thursday. Okay, now we played Arc Raiders. That's on Unreal Engine. That game is one of the best performing games I've ever seen. It's beautiful. Okay, it's beautiful. Now, there are games that use Unreal Engine that are really good. But it seems like, again, we can only see what we see. It seems like certain developers are actually developers, and they're developing the game as they go. So that means they're optimizing as they are building the game. Instead of doing what Tim Sweeney said that they're doing, where people are basically building the game, but they're not optimizing the game as they go. They optimize it at the end, which, if this is a small piece of the puzzle, they built the game in Unreal Engine, and then they're like, oh, let's show it off, because obviously this is a advertisement, so they'll probably hire more people for the studio and whatnot. They didn't optimize it. And you can see there's stutters all the time in that, which looks terrible. Now, maybe you didn't see the stutters, and you're like, well, I didn't see them, so it's no big deal. There's stutters there, and if they're in the game, in the preview, they're going to be there when it comes out. Now, it says 2026. We don't know if it's early 2026. We don't know if it's mid 2026. We don't know if it's end 2026. But the fact that they showed that thing with that stutters, just like they showed all the other games from all the other companies that use Unreal Engine with the stutters, and it comes out and it still has stutters, says a lot. Right. Jason says Wukong got fixed a year later. Right? It's terrible. Right? This is why we say stop buying, don't pre-order, no day one. No full price for a half-ass game. Some dude from GameSpot is ripping it apart. What, the trailer? Or the gameplay? Yeah, Mo, like, look, you can like a game. You can love a game. Again, I like Marvel's Avengers. But that game was a pile of shit. I enjoyed it. Okay? I enjoyed it. But I didn't like it. Like, well, I'm sorry. I loved it. I didn't like the way it performed. Like, it was hitchy. It used to crash all the time. It's like, we buy these games, and we just want our money to go. We just want our money to go where it's going, right? We're like, hey, you made this thing. Fantastic. Thank you for making this. Thank you for making this game that I really want to play. Then you give them money, you play the game, and it's broke, it's buggy, it's unfinished. And they're like, oh, you're just hating on it. No, I just want a game. I just want the game to work. Star Wars Outlaws, when it came out, was broke. It was broke. And if it wasn't broke, why did they fix it? Right? If Battlefield's not broke, then why are they fixing it? If Helldivers is not broke, then why are they fixing it? Right? All these people that love to protect the thing that they paid money for, right? We just say how it is. These are broke. And yet, people defend it. But yet, the developers are fixing it. Which means the people that are defending it are full of shit. Travis says, someone who bought 9 games this year, I only regret 1. Which one was that, Travis? Mo says, Mike, you fixed it. I don't hear anything anymore. I'm not losing my mind anymore. Thank you, sir. Well, now, just to let you know, this has been on again for the last 4 minutes. So I don't know what you're hearing, Mo. Go on, Dustin. It says, yeah, but also working on something special in the near future is all I can say. What did Sarge say? Did you see the new helmet they have for the military? It's Gen 1 of the Halo helmet. Oh, I didn't see that, Sarge. What's going on, Cubini? Halo is the most likely 12 months out, and you'll distincting it right now on the initial reveal. Do I think they will fix it? No. I know they won't. I know they won't, Cubini. Not the trailer, Mike. He actually played the actual game. Well, Kinger played the actual game, I think, as well. Here, hold on. I know Kinger played it. Let me see if I could find Kinger's video. He had...
remake for the second time. I wanted to confirm some of my thoughts from yesterday, and they were confirmed. It's fun because Halo's fun, and it surprisingly it does feel like Halo, even though it's on Unreal. But the problem is, to me, it feels like a tech demo of a tech demo, if that makes sense. Like the Unreal problems, like stuttering and texture pop-in. There was so much texture pop-in, cutscenes, new areas, all of it. I think the target audience must really just be people who have never played Halo before, because aside from the 3 bonus missions they mentioned, which we'll see how those go, right? I don't really see a reason for this remake to exist for already existing Halo fans. So that's probably the move. I don't know. The existing Halo fans, we're going to argue and nitpick over little things constantly between now and release, but to be honest, I don't think that's who this is really prioritizing.
Yeah, it's not for them.
But to be fair though, they did clearly go out of their way to make sure it still felt like Halo despite it being in a different engine. So they did good on that. It felt like Halo. I had to remind myself at several points that this was in Unreal and not Blam anymore or Slipspace. But I was disappointed to see that a lot of things looked like they were just flips, asset flips, like Grunts, Infinite, Needler, Infinite, Pistol running animation, Halo 5. There is sprinting, by the way. I didn't mind the sprinting. It's exactly like Infinite's, and I didn't mind Infinite sprinting. That's just me. But anyway, yeah, I'll get a bigger video out later that I think is what this game tells us about probably the plan for the franchise as a whole, at least for the next few entries. Because I think I've got it figured out, but whatever. Anyway, that's all I got. In short, the demo is fun. I'm more concerned about performance of the game than anything now. I'm not so worried about faithfulness to the story or lore. That demo played out just like the original Silent Cartographer level, so I'm not really down to the voice lines. Like, I'm not even worried about that. It's really just the game's performance at this point. Anyway, that's all I got. Carry on, you kings.
So here's what I think they're going to do, right? And I think you guys will agree. So this is the play, right? Microsoft's play is to, now with the Unreal Engine, to redo every single Halo game, right? Every single Halo game over again in the Unreal Engine and resell that again. Not make a new one, right? I'm sure they're making a new Halo game, but they're going back to the pot, right? They're going back to the pot and make it Unreal Engine for all of these things, right? I would assume that's what they're doing. Why would they stop at just one? Kyle says devs can't win. If they showed a cinematic, people who would get complaining about there was no gameplay. But now that they showed gameplay in the early state, it doesn't run great. At least they had gameplay. No. That's not how that works, Kylo. You understand? It's not that they can't win. If you're going to show something, okay, first impressions are everything. Meaning, if you're going to show gameplay of Halo in Unreal Engine, then you need to make sure that it's not hitching. Not that, oh, well, at least they showed us gameplay. No, if you're going to show us gameplay, make sure this gameplay is not stuttering. We want to see gameplay. Great, we saw gameplay. Oh, it's hitching. Right? It doesn't work that way. You can't just nitpick and be like, oh, well, they would complain if they didn't show gameplay, and they did show gameplay. No, they're complaining because of the hitching. If I'm going to show you an art project, I'm not going to show you a half-ass art project. I'm going to show you the project when it's done. Could you imagine if a movie came out, it just ended at 45 minutes, and they said, well, it's finished in the next 12 months. So how is this acceptable for games? Exactly right, Roic. It's exactly right. You want us to get excited for something, and yet you don't put the best thing out. Halo Studios needs money, and this is the quickest and cheapest way to do it. Probably. They put it out early on purpose. They gave a demo, lots of creators on purpose. They know what they're ready to release. But if they're ready to release, then it needs to be in tip-top shape. You just heard Kingard say the stuttering issues were terrible. The hitching, the pop-in. El Dente says, you know what didn't have hitching? Halo Combat involved in the original Xbox. Hence why it was a beloved game. Eric says, when did next year do you think it comes out? I'm gonna say before, and this is a shit answer for you, Eric. Before Grand Theft Auto 6. That's when this comes out. Whenever Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, it's before that. So if Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out in May, it's before that. If it comes out in October, it's before that. It's not coming out after. It's coming out before. El Dente says either May or November. Feels Good says just release Halo Master Chief Collection on PlayStation 5 and call it a day. Oh, no. They got to make 2, 3, 4. they got to make them all to resell them. You can't just do the Master Chief Collection. You got to sell them all separately over on the new system. That's how you do the corporate salute. You got to keep making the money. You don't think they're going to just jump to make the other one and just throw it over there? No. They got to make them all. That's exactly right, Luke. They have to remaster them all just to get to put them over there. Robert Jones says, how much do you think that GTA insiders are getting paid to leak the release date to other studios? Oh, I have no idea. Is that happening, Jones? All right, Travis, I'll take a look. Feels Good says, oh, they need a milk. That's right. My bad. That's 100%. They're like, holy Christ, we can go to PlayStation. They have 2-to-1 sales over us. And they've never played Halo. So let's redo Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, Gears 1, Gears 2, Gears 3. They are going to milk this. Right. You want Chief on PlayStation 5? You pay for Chief on PlayStation 5. They'll remake them all. And then 2 years after release, Elite Master Chief Collection. They just dropped Arc Raiders official trailer. All right, let's look at that. We were going to look at Laura Fryer, but we're not going to do that. I didn't put it in the description, so we're good. All right. Let's bring this up.
Doors are closing in 5, 4, 1.
They said the world above had ended. But endings are only for those who forgot how to begin again. So you learn to listen.
Is that official?
Move quiet.
Bo?
Think fast.
No, Arc Raiders is a $40 game.
Be ready to change your mind. Up there, the roads are twisted. The rules are gone. But if you are brave enough to wander and seek, who knows what you might find.
A lot of PvE.
Hey, look at this. They ain't ducks. Come on, Apollo ain't paying enough for this. That's why I was asking for a minigun.
What was that? That was weird at the end. Let's see. We could do Marvel Rivals. Luke, we could do Marvel Rivals. Let's see here. Same game of PvE. I buy it. Adding PvP ruins it. I mean, I get it. I get it. Was that proximity chat? I gotcha. Did you get to Nightmare 3? I'm still on Nightmare 1. There's another question. What do you think about robots want with Earth if humanity has gone to the ground and fighting each other for scraps? What are the robots after? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the story of Arc Raiders. I thought, maybe I'm making this up in my head, but didn't they make the robots and then the robots took over and then like pushed them down underground? Or are the robots from another planet? I don't know. I thought the robots were made by the actual, like, humans. Am I wrong on that? Yeah, it's good. It feels good. It feels good. It feels good. Yeah, it does. Like, is that the actual story? I don't even know if that's the story. Or is that, like, reality that's happening? The story of Arc Raiders is set in post-apocalyptic future where humanity lives underground after being driven from the surface from mysterious deadly machines called the Ark. Players become raiders who venture into the underground city, facing threats of the Ark machines. The other human scavengers' overreaching narrative is also evolves, exploring the world, uncovering the secrets behind the Ark. Harsh reality is surviving the world. So there is no actual story of like what it is. So I'm going to go with that we created it. Like, I'm going to assume, and again, I don't know the story of Ark, but I'm going to assume that generations of humans started creating the Ark. Okay? And then they became so overwhelming and so powerful that the people that couldn't get away from the things they created went underground to get away from them. And now they're basically sentinels and trying to basically wipe us out because they don't need us on there. We're like a virus because we can stop them. There's no other thing that can kill them on the planet except us. So I'm assuming that's why they try to kill us. But who knows? I guess we'll find out when the game comes out. Crowd says the game went through extensive internal testing. And the consensus of the game was that all PvE isn't fun. PvP saved this game. I don't know if I heard what they said. I watched the devs talk about it. They said it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. I don't know if PvP is what 100% made this game better, or putting it in there just changed the way they thought of it. Because sometimes you got to step back from your because they wanted a PvE game. But then they were like, something's off about it, right? Something's off about it. So then they said, let's add PvP, because if it's just PvP, I think the game is just as boring. Right? So I don't think PvP saved it, but I think the balance of the PvE, PvP, PvP, the PvE with the, like, I think that's what's gelling for the game. And again, what works for this game might not work for another game. Like, I don't want PvP in Helldivers, right? I don't think that fits. But the PvE in Helldivers, co-op, working together to, fight the bad guys works for that one. I think they are going to add a PvE in this game. 100%. Not right away. I'll say 8-9 months from now. All of a sudden they'll be like, yeah, we're adding a PvE mode. There is PvP in Helldivers. Yeah. Would you just murder people in your own team? This game takes place in the same universe as the finals. It does, but it doesn't say when it takes place. Right? It could be 2,000 years in the future. It could be 200 years in the past. Right? Who knows? Right? Someone thinks that maybe the rich people are all betting on those people. Right? But then these guys are underneath. I think it takes place in the same universe, but I don't think it takes place in the same time in the same universe. As a PvPer without PvE, this game is ass. Like a 32 Helldiver on the map, it's only bosses. I don't know. I just feel like I feel like there's going to be a lot of things that are going to make you join forces with people. And it's going to be a lot harder to join forces with people in modes with groups like trios. It's much easier to join forces with people when you're solo. Because people that are solo are looking for people to team up with so they can go do things, where people that are fighting in trios and duos are looking to just destroy people to take their shit. Yeah, the finals is connected to Arc Raiders. It's in the same universe. We don't know how close it is, but it's in the same universe. Sarge says, bro, this game is right now, but 7 years. I think the rich live in above the towers watching the finals, and the poor live below the scavengers. Perhaps. I think it's in the same universe, but not in the same time. But maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out. All right. That's going to do it for me this morning. We'll be back in about 30 minutes or so, 35 minutes, 40 minutes or so, playing over on 30 and Still Gaming. We're going to play some more Marvel Rivals PvE mode that came to the game last week. If you guys like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Check out those music that we do in this on the show. By listening to it and streaming it, you're helping me out. If you want to purchase it, you can do that as well. But just listening to the music over on Spotify helps us out over here as well. Always putting up stuff that's new. Also, check out the merch, shirts, mugs, stickers, whatever else. Check that out as well. We'll be back over on 30 and Still Gaming tonight as well for more gameplay. We'll probably play Return of Moria, which is the Lord of the Rings game. We'll play with Akuta Papa. We'll go back to that tonight. This afternoon, we're playing some Marvel Rivals, and then we'll be back tomorrow for the Daily Grind. Appreciate it very much. You guys have a great rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you are, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Day one hype, they sell It's not on us to pay for their sins. Don't let the cycle keep rolling again. Stop buying broken buggy games. Don't feed the fire, don't play the games. Vote with your wallet, break the chain. Stop buying broken buggy games. Hey! 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 We hold the power in what we choose. Together we win or alone we lose. So take a stand, don't be the fool. Make them earn it, that's the rule. Stop buying broken buggy games. We want quality, not empty names. Gamers united will make the change. Stop buying broken